Okay, hey. So we are going to. This is basically going to be a video for my customers that get consoles and they're kind of far and they don't know. Like they need a D0 adjustment and mailing it would suck because it'd take a long time and they'd prefer not to and they'd rather play on their console, whatever. This needs D0 adjustments probably, or at least touch-ups. We'll do touch-ups, and we'll do maybe a D0 adjustment. I don't know. But this will be helpful regardless if you need D0 adjustments or the welds. Doing the D0 adjustment is a lot more work than doing just the welds. If you cannot live with the risk of potentially breaking the console, I would just send it back to me. But or send it back to whoever you bought it from if you were not one of my customers. But let's go. So here's the console. So we're gonna first need to diagnose whether or not it needs touch-ups or D0 adjustments. So let's go ahead and turn it on and let's observe the light in the back. So I'm able to see it. This one's Instinct NX. It had a green light, so it worked. Now sometimes it'll work, but it'll still need touch-ups. So the way you'll be able to tell is what you're going to do is keep powering it off and on. And just keep watching it and let's see what it does. Which try and get it to go into Hecate 10 times. If it goes into Hecate 10 times in a row, it's probably fine. If even one of those times it doesn't go into Hecate, it needs some touch-ups or a D0 adjustment. Yeah, so boom. So on the third try, we got an OFW boot. So this one definitely needs some touch-ups or a D0 adjustment. So we are going to turn it off. And we are now going to start taking out the screws. So we'll need a JIS00 or Phillips 00 or at least a Phillips 0 and a tri-wing or Y00. First is the tri-wing screws. Yeah, take out the micro SD. Make sure you're on a grounded mat and they have a ESD wrist wrap on. And let's take out the screws, the two tri-wings on the back bottom. Make sure you organize your screws. There are varying lengths and sizes and everything. Colors, this, make sure you organize them. I organize them by back two. These are the only two tri-wings. You know, you swap off the tri-wing to your GIS or Phillips bit. And then now you want to go to the side here. Now you only need to undo this top one. One at the top on both sides. And now there is another 3 screws, 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. So this is the one on the top. Make sure you organize it by those left and right side ones, or those are the rail screws, and then there's the 2 on the back, those are the tri-wing screws, and then organize the top and the bottoms together. For here, these top and bottoms, organize these 3 together, and then organize the 2 rail ones together, and then organize the 2 backside together. So 3, 2, and 2. And now this will be our last screw here. So now we've undone all the screws. If it's it won't be the first time the console's been taken apart, but if it is, it might be a little bit more pressure, but it should start, when you bring this up, you should be able to just kind of wiggle and pull on it. Do that on both sides, and it'll kind of just come off. Be really careful. If these come out, they do go back in fairly easily. Do not lose them. Make sure you work on them like in the center of your workspace so they don't fall on the floor. Be really careful. I recommend an anti-static project tray as well to keep your stuff on, just to be extra safe. And now this is where I'd recommend to start using tweezers. I have a metal Hacko set and I have a ceramic set I got on Amazon. You always recommend ceramic over metal unless you need something a lot more precise. You don't need anything that precise here. We're just going to undo these antennas with the ceramic tweezers. Go back to our JIS bit screwdriver, and then we're going to start undoing all of the metal shield screws. And then we're going to organize all of these metal shield screws together. There'll be 2 over here on this right side. Well, 3 I guess with this one. Oh yeah, this one, it doesn't, because I just tuck the wire back in, but some of them you'll have the wires tucked all the way into these little clips at the bottom. If you have that happen, after you undo all of your screws, you want to use some ceramic tweezers to remove the wire from their clip. You do not want to just pull it out, as you can break the wire, and then you'll have very bad Bluetooth range on the Joy-Cons. You also want to make sure that the wire itself isn't like getting shorted, or doesn't have a bunch of pressure on it from the shield being screwed down on it improperly. Yeah, these screws are all really obvious. The 3 on this side, and there's 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, and the one in the middle. You guys didn't even see that because of my arm, actually. I'm stupid. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There's the one with the sticker on it. You'll have to do that one too. Just wait to do that one. We'll do that after we've taken all of these other ones. Now, most consoles that already have the mod chip in it for the OLED, they will have some tape on top of the mod chip here. So now this is where you can take out the battery. Use your ceramic tweezers. Just pull up on it. So now I need to take this tape off. I guess you can use the ceramic ones. Just don't even bother with the metal ones unless you absolutely need to. So what we're gonna need now is a multimeter. You can proceed without one. You just can't do the readings. You'll kind of just be going in blind. I wouldn't recommend even trying to do A unless you're an experienced solderer. If you have, I don't know. I just wouldn't. I'd say you need a microscope, to be honest, because these are so tiny. Unless you have a really good eyesight and you can see whether or not these are on. You can maybe use your like iPhone camera to check if A is good. But you can still see, you can access C without taking any of this out. So that's sometimes all you need. With these Instinct NX chips, they aren't quite the same as the Picoflies. You'll see, you probably more often have a Picofly in here rather than an Instinct NX. Some of these chips, they have a really stupid design where a lot of these points are like hidden underneath the ribbon cable. And it's really stupid. I think some of them have secondary access points. I think over here, these are some debug points on the Instinct NX. You can see tell by the letters. But you have our ground point, B point, 3v3, then we have DAC and another B, I believe, and then we also have a B down here. So what you need to do to check so when your Picofly isn't like exploiting properly, what the problem is that one of your data lines isn't like being read properly. Like, it's not being fed into the chip properly. So what you need to do is you need to fix the data line. And usually the various reasons are the weld isn't good on either side, and if the weld being bad on this side is typically more common, I find, for some reason, but also it's a lot better for us because then we don't have to remove the motherboard. So be really careful though. You don't want to accidentally pull it out from the other side, because you have to take the motherboard out or send it back to your the person you purchased the console from. So just be really careful here. Make sure your battery's out, and now if you have a multimeter, you want to put it in diode mode. For the iFixit one, that is the third up, and then you'll end up here with a K ohm sign, but you want to hit select, and then it will switch into this like line with an arrow and another line, and it has like a VAPO 0.0L. Now, you want to take your ground probe, and make sure you're in the test one instead of not the 10A. But yeah, you want to take your ground probe and put it on somewhere that's ground. I usually use the USB-C shield here, USB-C shield. And now you want to put the positive probe on where you want to, on what point you want to check. So let's go ahead and check 3v3. You know what? I'm gonna bring up the microscope really quick, just so you guys can see a little bit better. Here, so you guys can see that a little bit better, right? So I'm just negative on negative here. You can use like this one too. Then put our positive on, let's adjust the focus really quick. So there we go. That's better. So we'll negative on negative, positive on 3v3. And now we have an 861 reading. So that's good. And now let's go ahead and check B down here. Or we can actually check B. Maybe here? It says 1. I don't think that's a B reading. So let's go ahead and check. Yeah, this is a B reading, right? Yeah, that one's B up there. Okay. So let's check B. Let me get 1.877. I'd say about around 1.6 and up is probably good for B. I don't know. I'd say 1.8 is uncommon though, so maybe redo if you get less than 1. I don't know. B is a weird one. I'd say if you get more than 1.6, like you're at 1.7 or up, or you're below 1.55 ish, maybe you should redo it or recheck the weld. Well, the thing is, the B wire is just right here, so it's really easy to do. So maybe just do it anyway. And then the C wire is right here, which is right there, and right here. So it's about the same for Picoflies and the instinct chips. But to check C, we will need to go back over here, I believe, and then there is that C point there. Hopefully that is a C reading. I'm not too familiar with these instinct chips, to be honest. That is 737. Can you read it from the other side? Probably not, I'm guessing. I'll check all of these. I'll check D. So 687. 733. 731. C. Be right back. Hey, I'm back. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and redo these wires, both the welds here, not the full wire. So you'll need some flux for this. I use like this. So you can use like a syringe or whatever. Oops. I use like a little spatula. I used to use a syringe, but you just need like a little tiny bit on there. Put a little bit on there too. Good to go. And we'll get the tweezers. So we're doing C first here. Where's my ceramics? Oh, they're over there. One sec. Let me just move the multimeter a bit. And we'll get the soldering iron. No, actually, we'll make the microscope bigger. and get some more light. Yeah, this is being annoying with grabbing. Okay, there we go. Kind of want to point it downwards. Whoops. You kind of want to do this a bit away from the flex, just because the flex can burn pretty quick. You don't want to damage it. But yeah, you want to pull the wire up towards your iron and kind of just hold it on your iron, get some fresh solder on it, put the wire inside the solder, and just wait. And now, do this for like 30 seconds maybe. This one looks pretty decent though. You can kind of tell if it needs this to be done, if it's like bubbling. But just do it for 30 seconds anyway. And then when you're done, you can just put it back on. You want to apply some thorough heat. Make sure the whole thing is melted and the wire's like in the center. The lighting isn't great right now, so it's kind of hard to tell. Just make sure the whole thing is melted and like the very end of the wire is in the solder joint. That one is not great. I just don't have amazing lighting right now, because I didn't remove the it's a bit better, but I didn't remove the heat pipe or the SD reader. Yeah, you want the very tip in there. And you want the whole thing to be melted so it has a good connection. And you don't want to see any parts of like the wire like poking out the end or anything. And don't tape your iron there for too long. You can cause problems. That looks okay. And we'll move on to the other one. So that one, it was not great. So maybe it was the one that needed touch-ups. So yeah, I'm going to make sure the very tip is in there. Yeah, let's actually re-strip it too. So we'll take it out like we did before. And we'll get some solder on our iron. And we will put the wire into the iron like that. Be real careful with this wire. Like I said, you don't want to have to redo the wire because you have to get the signal from the back side. There might be a way to get it from the top side, but I think you have to scrape a trace or something. It's probably good. Oh, dude, did I melt the light? Huh. That's not good. I had way too much solder on my iron there. I need to get my microscope up on the big screen. I can barely see. I think I fucked up the light though. I could have just soldered onto its pads. I'm not really sure. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, don't have too much solder on your iron when you're doing this. On the Picofly, there's more room. But on the Instinct, there really isn't much room for fucking error there. That's better. If you're using no keen flux, don't worry too much about cleaning it up, but you maybe want to get like a little alcohol swab or something and poke at it. I'm not that worried about it though. So we're gonna try and power on now. Or well, I don't know. Just double check your connections, I guess. You can go diode mode again and just check them. You can go like, oh, that's ground, but B. What the hell? I'm not getting a reading. That's weird. That's really weird. Unless I damaged something here. I might have. That's not good. I mean, I have other mon chips, so it's whatever, but... This resistor looks good. Well, this light looks whatever. It looks like it's soldered in, at least. Holy, be right back again. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna check those readings again. B was giving a 0, which is not good. Yeah, that's super sus. Might have broken the chip here. Putting too much solder on the iron. It's super weird though, because what's broken? Unless this is just disconnected, like the other side of the wire. It doesn't seem like it is though. Yeah, I don't know. How weird. Oh, there's a little B point here. Interesting. Very odd. I'll try powering on anyway. We're getting a green, so It means it's good. I guess an instinct an XB is supposed to be 0. I'm not really sure, to be honest. That's a weird one. I'm not, again, I'm not that familiar with these instinct chips, so forgive me. We're going to do the same test we were doing before. We're going to try and get it to power on 10 times. You can tell if it's working or not with the instinct chips, because the instinct will blink green eventually if they're working properly. Just, I mean, a solid green like that. I believe that's success for instinct. And for the Picofly, that'll end with a white light. It'll be a bunch of blues sometimes, and then a white green light. Oh, no, sorry, not. So on a Picofly, it should put, if it's working properly, it's sometimes a bunch of blues and then a white, or just one blue and then a white. And if it's on this one, it ends in a green light, a solid green light for the instinct. So far, we're getting some good results. Might have fixed it. Whoops. We got more successes than we did before we started, which is good. We're getting quite a bit of successes because we went through 3 last time and then it started failing. Yeah, I think we're good. Like I said, we'll shoot to 10. 10's a good sample size. I don't know, we're pretty close, I think. Do a couple more. Ooh, that was a white, I think. That might have went in OFW. I don't know, we're kind of working the vast majority of the time. I got another 2 greens there. Honestly, I'm thinking that weld doesn't look perfect still. Let's look at this one again. That one looks pretty yummy though, I'd say. This one does not look perfect though. I think we need to strip the wire again. Again, we just gotta take the wire out and put it into the solder on our iron. Yeah, and don't do what I did. Don't put the huge solder blob onto B. Take it off. Put it in your cleaner. Make sure you have a tip cleaner if you don't already have one. Don't apply too much heat. You don't want to accidentally melt the wire out of the other side. Kind of just take some breaks. The fuck? Yeah, you want to get like 30 seconds of this. Yeah, take breaks. I think it's good. Clean off the tip. We'll try and get it again. That looks good. That looks way better. Do some tests. Always test, by the way. Always fucking test. If it was working before, it does not mean it's working now. Happens all the time. See, we got a white. Fucking bitch. So I think that's an error for the instinct. 2 errors, bro. How is that even possible? See? Like, this shit doesn't make any sense. Oh, I guess the tip is pointing out there. Yeah, that wasn't good. I didn't see that. That's why you need a microscope. Sometimes these look perfect and they're not even really that good. I was looking at it with a microscope. Oh, my iron went low temp. I was like, the fuck's happening? That's better. What the fuck? Okay, success. That one looks perfect, I think. I think we're gonna get to 10 this time. If we even get to 5, I'm good. That's good. Honestly, is God tier. We're good to go, baby. So to put this back together, we're gonna need some tape. I use Kapton. Let's take a piece off, and you want it to be about the same size as the mod chip, as close as you can. Get some scissors and just cut that hoe. I really recommend Kapton tape. Anything that it doesn't like it that is like properly insulating, like that doesn't let you, like it doesn't, I don't know what the word is, like doesn't like it can't short, like if these ground points touch something, like this will act as a barrier. That's what the tape does. Like it doesn't let these points short onto like the ground shielding or anything. And once that's down, we can put the battery back in, and we can test on battery. I can make sure the screen is working and everything. We didn't take the screen out, so hopefully it's still working. Yeah. Good to go. Now we will put the back shielding back on. So it's about 10 screws. Start up here. Actually, we won't start up there. Don't do that one first. Because that one, the wire is a bit weird, so. Bruh, what? Make sure all your holes are lined up on this thing. There we go. Yeah, you can put them into, I forget, it has these little like latches or whatever, or these little poles that the shield goes down on. Put it into that. No, make the microscope smaller now. Don't need it anymore. Put the tape away. Oh yeah, don't forget to put these little antenna connectors back in. You can kind of cut, if you put too much tape, you can kind of cut the tape a little bit or whatever. But what I do is I grab 2 pairs of tweezers and I grab 1 pair on the wire and then the other pair on the tip, and I kind of just line it up and put pressure. There we go. Don't forget to do this. It's really easy to forget. I'll usually just do a couple screws and then I'll do that. Don't forget the screw up over here. you have to use some like tweezers to move the wire or whatever. I use a lot of stuff for this. This is our last one up here. I do this one last usually. Make sure you tuck the wire like all the way in here into this little cubby for it. Make sure it's like tucked all the way in, because it can interfere with the screw up here. You don't want that. Good. It'll be here. Everything looking good. We can just do a power on, then double check. It's always the very left button. Oh my god, it booted into OFW again, bro. Damn, that's fucking sad, bro. Well, this video will be longer, I guess. That's annoying. Yeah, I might need like a D0 adjustment. Should I do that for the video? I don't know. Or it's shorting. Yeah, because it just went the OFW twice. That's really weird. Yeah, I'll have to reopen it again. Yeah, let's turn it off first. It might be the underside tape that's making it, because I have some double-sided tape underneath here that's, it could be causing like too much, like it might be too tall and like shorting the mod chip or something, because we weren't getting any OFW boots before. Yeah, I'll have to take these all out again. Very unlucky, this business. Let's get another screw undoing demonstration. My camera is pretty zoomed out. It's like pretty far, I mean, from like my table, to be honest. Probably can't even see anything that well. I don't know. The screws are the easiest part, to be honest. You don't need help with that. Just this one I forgot. Oh, I forgot to. Don't forget to undo those antennas. Do not rip them out, because you'll break them. Yeah, weird. So let's go ahead and try again without the shield and see if anything has changed. It's interesting. So that's instantly booting properly. Back to the OFW. Yeah. Take that tape off. And we'll turn it off again. Be careful. Try not to touch any of the motherboard stuff when you're using it like this. Unplug this battery again. Do some USB-C powers. I think I'll have to make the microscope bigger again. Getting a green. I mean, the C wire doesn't look as good as I thought it did, to be honest. But we are getting good boots again. Yeah, this honestly isn't as great as I thought. So maybe it's just that. It's kind of off center. I could still be better. Kind of annoying with this lighting. Balls. Maybe it needs a little bit of flux. That looks better. Let's look at the other one again. Looks pretty good. Thinking maybe I pull this a little bit more to the right. Just a little bit. Shrink it a little bit over. And we kind of just... Because I think it may be coming in contact with that other thing. And it's that tape underneath. Here, wait. I'm going to undo these ribbon cables. Or the flexes, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to undo them. It should just be tape underneath. You know what? I'm going to undo the wire really quick because I don't want to accidentally undo the other side. I don't want to take the motherboard out for this video. Yeah, let me get it on microscope first. Oh, I already did it. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, this tape is a very serious double-sided tape, so it's not wanting to comply. But holy guacamole, dude. This shit is really serious tape. I don't know if I'll use it anymore. It's pretty fucking serious. A little more serious than I think we need for this. Oh, dude, the fucking... My tweezers went through the tape and fucking poked my hand. That hurt. Whatever. Honestly, this tape's fine. Let's just put it back on and move it a little bit to the side. Damn, that tape isn't wanting to work anymore. Honestly, I have to get a new piece of tape. That's just not working. I'll just get a piece of my double-sided cap on. Use that, I think. Just making that tape smaller. There we go. This is really thin tape, so I'm hoping it will provide more clearance for the mod chip to potentially not short if that is the problem. So it won't raise the mod chip as high and close to the back shield. This tape is nowhere near as like sticky or reliable as like the other tape, but it's a lot smaller, so I don't know. It's like not even staying put at all, to be honest. I don't know why. I thought I got a really good piece there, like for it to like stay. And sometimes you get like a kind of a little bit used piece of the tape, and it's not as nice. But I got like a really nice piece there. Damn. See, it just comes up. Honestly, I should have tested before putting that on, but whatever. Man, that piece does... I mean, the mod chip does not want to stay down for shit. I didn't even test it. Oh, it was going there, I didn't notice. White. Yeah, F, L. L of the century. Should have tested it first. Working most of the time. Most of the time isn't every time. Ooh. That was almost a car accident outside. Or was it? The guy's angry. Honk, honk. Bro's honking like he was squeezing titties, bruh. There's more clearance now, for sure. Working. Need to put that last screw in. I hate that they put one there. It just like hides underneath the fucking wire. Like why? Jesus. Put the screws on the side. It's just the top one. Top one on both sides anyway. Now the top and bottom screws. Put a little bit of weight down. Just so you make sure the screw is actually going into the thread. And it's just the tri-wings now. I don't know where I put the tips. Oh, there it is. I think that's the tri-wing. And then let's actually clean it a little bit. Get some alcohol. Spray it down. Get a microfiber cloth. Clean off any thermal paste if there is any. Please don't OFW. Bruh. Yeah, I think I'll make a separate video on D0 adapter. I think it needs one. This will be this video for now. Yeah, if you do this and you do what I've done in the video and you're still having this result, you need to do a D0 adjustment, and that'll be in another video. I'll maybe link it in the description, maybe not. If not, go on my channel and look for videos uploaded near this one. You should be able to find a D0 adjustment. Unfortunately, this first one does not always fix it, unfortunately.